So, concerning atheists, I always laugh when I see them all with posh accents or with this very intellectual look and or very mocking and condescending attitude towards those of us who are people of faith, Christians, Hindus, whatever, but especially my particular strain, Christians. And it's just really weird because they think that we're the ones that are weak-willed, weak-minded, believe in the sky daddy. And I don't know. What they remind me of, I was thinking the other day, is they remind me of that cute little Pomeranian yapping away, yapping at everybody. They look good. The dog looks good. These atheist arguments sound good. And it might be even intellectually a bit deep. But at the end of the day, what's the point? What exactly is a point that atheists are trying to prove? What is it that in their meaningless, pointless life are they arguing so vociferously for that they want you to believe what they believe? I mean, why bother? If you're an atheist, you're just one big cosmic accident. The fact that you're here is meaningless. And when you die, it is meaningless. And it's all pointless. So what's the point of a pointless life trying to prove the point that their life is pointless? I don't get it. And they might sound good. They might try to convince themselves. And their conviction, I don't know, I think it hides a certain desperation because they so much want to believe that there's meaning to their life. And I believe there's meaning to life, but they're trying to justify the meaningfulness and purpose of their life when their worldview of no God existing is a pointless one. You're like, well, it has meaning while I'm here. Exactly. How do you actually assign meaning? How is it that you can consciously think that there's meaning? Well, I feel it right now. I can feel it for my life. Well, okay, let's say you have meaning for 80, 90, even 100 years. But as soon as you exist, your existence stops and you die. It's as if you never existed. It's end of story in your atheistic worldview. Zero, zip, nada. And you think, well, I'll give you 100 years. But if you take a look at 100 years, and for atheists, evolution is their rationale for how they came to be, that explanation. But if you take 100 years and divide it by 4.5 billion trillion years, 100 divided by a trillion is 0.00. It's a rounding error. It's zero, which means their 100 years of so-called meaning is meaningless. Whereas for me as a Christian, and for all of us who are Christ followers, we might have 100 years, but that's 100 physical years. But we believe that our spiritual life, our souls, are spiritually alive, and it lives on for eternity. So what's 1 divided by 1? It's 1. So what's eternity divided by eternity? It's still 1. And that one life, which will go on forever, has full meaning. 1 versus 0. So when I see videos on YouTube where these atheists, and I don't know how, I understand these Christians who are debating and try to persuade in the public forum and trying to persuade people, maybe not the person they're debating, but those who are watching, that there is merit to the Christian argument versus atheist argument. The atheist argument is very weak. If you just think about how the world is and how your body came to be, how your consciousness came to be, and just the whole meaning, of purpose, of why we're here. So just remember the Pomeranian yapping away. It's a cute little dog. And I'm not saying they're dogs, but it's cute. It could be pretty and well groomed, but it's yapping away. And it's a lot of noise, but very little of meaning. So just a thought about atheists who staunchly defend their position and why their position is stronger than us who are believers in the spiritual world. It just doesn't hold up in my opinion.